9 o'clock appointment. Are you qualified to build it?
Probably less than what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's crazy. S2000 should be here, just a reminder.
And that's the thing about me.
I don't think that he's not that kind of guy.
No, it don't seem like because he
I'm gonna take that spacer off the back one there. Just getting coilovers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, just bushings.
Oh, no coilovers?
No
All right,
coilovers.
put the spacer back in, Mark. Sorry.
Just bushings. So, different color lip, but this
So
is,
take the one off
we don't know
the
how
top.
much of this was damaged before and which was here. This kind of lines up with the black edging on his trailer. He knows he caught this lip. This was hanging off here. We'll just push this up. A little bit of a scrape here. This might buff out, but that is the black that's on the edge of the trailer. This sucks. This is why an extra $100, couple $100 for a shipper is worth every penny, because this will cost more than a couple $100 to fix. So it's like you really wish you'd paid more in the beginning than wish you had. So we did assist getting it off, but nobody was with him putting it on, and he put it on in the dark, and his trailer was honestly too narrow for this car. Well, we'll contact the customer and let him know. Right now it's in LHT hands, so we are going to do what we do and treat this thing like it's ours. First thing is, George, we need, hopefully he's got the key lock in there. And he said in the secret compartment, he's already sent a check. So without giving away the secret compartment, I might just cut the film just for those people that don't know it's a secret
Keep
compartment.
it secret even from S2000 owners that might not know about
That's
it.
what they call a secret compartment, because you're not supposed to see. All right, yeah, there is a check for us in there.
All right.
That's definitely us. It says LHT on it.
Is
Just
it?
make sure we're not digging through his personal items.
Okay. Well, I need to find the lock, so.
There you go, Esther.
Hi.
I think he's already prepaid.
I think yes.
I'm not going to show any more than that. Ooh, really?
Ooh.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks, John. You're the best.
Sucks that we have to give him the news that his car is damaged, but thank you for that. We're going to do our best to help rectify this. So this one is getting hard race bushings. I'm going to go ahead and have a quick look before we get it all the way apart and see how it looks. This is usually the one that is tore, the compliance, because it is like a perforated style. So if they're going to tear,
More than he'd make up, like 3 toes for us.
oh, I don't know about that.
Well, with gas, insurance, all that,
Yeah. It's getting rear wheel bearings as well. These are OEM bearings. Nice thing about the S2000, front and rear are the same part number, so we can keep a pair in stock all the time and always be prepared. Parkle.
Yeah.
Wow, it's even stiff, isn't it? Right. Yeah, first time we've seen that. Usually they all stay together. Oh look, they're all falling out. Look.
Gotta collect them all.
Look how shiny and greased up those are. Look how black these are. They're like in completely different color. So that is 32,000 mile compliance bushing. It's pretty common. We see this one get tore up the most. See the cracking right here? This is the hard race one. It's a solid piece all the way around, but it is rubber, so it's not going to transmit a ton of vibration like the earthen ones, the same ones I have in my car. But this whole little flex in every bushing just makes up for a lot of sloppy feel. I haven't done any vlog stuff in a while, but it is 6:37, so I'm just going to the post office because we had a heavy day in the store, and Esther had to spend an hour and 50 minutes on hold with Wix. Packages are always our priority. We want you to get what you have ordered in the store as fast as possible, and that's what I'm doing right now. So you probably wonder why I do one at a time. Well, I did two at a time one time and jammed the machine and ended up having to leave all the rest of them until the next day, which wasn't ideal. So when it comes to bushings, so many people will message me and ask me questions. Hey, my car has 60,000 miles. Do you think my bushings are brand new? My car has 100,000 miles. It feels tight. What do you think? These are rubber bushings. These are the OEM ones. We've just completed this install. This is the compliance bushing that I always see the most issues with. This one tears because it's got those like air relief gaps I showed you earlier. But like I've mentioned, it's not so much the miles, it's the age. I mean, these are 32,000 miles, and as you see, this compliance bushing sits that direction all the time. That's like it would go this way, so your suspension arm is under load. And obviously every time you bounce, it's going to be pulling on the rubber. But so many times, they just start to separate on the outside. You see that? It's just very common. And I think we've done 14 sets of bushings now. It's still very labor intensive, but if there's no rust, it makes our life easier, especially for this compliance bushing right here. This is the one that has the tube going through, and then the bolt goes through that. That's how you adjust the front, and this one will rust, and when it does, this is a major pain. But anyway, these are 32,000 mile bushings, and as you see, they all have the fatigue look to them. The rubbers are dry rotted a little bit. The full kit of hard race, they are rubber, so they're not going to ride like the urethane ones. I have them in my car. I'm very particular, and the car rides fantastic. I did put Prothane one time in a CRX back in the day, and I hated it so much. I went to the junkyard and bought all arms and replaced them all one by one because I hated the way it felt. Obviously, things are different now. You're not going to find CRX arms in the junkyard. But my point being, these feel like OEM. They're about 15-20% stiffer, I think they said. It's just enough to tighten up the car without being annoying. Something completely different. That is not an S2000 transmission, just in case you didn't realize. That is not an S2000 flywheel. This is a Honda Fit. This belongs to a friend of ours from the dealership. I think he's going to give this to his son's car. Look at the color of this car. Very cool. We're putting a new clutch in this, and slave cylinder. The slave cylinder is leaking, which we've got sitting up here, so it doesn't leak out all over the place. It's just sitting by the hose right there. But this is a fairly easy swap, but we're staying late after hours to do this to get it taken care of around our regular work, which we have something going on here, something going on here, and something going on there. This should be finished in about the next 3 hours. I'll show you more on these. I'm doing a dedicated episode on these, but these are the Mita covers. So double checking. George just took this for a test drive. I want to drive it too, just to make sure it feels right and it's nice and smooth. Mentioned earlier, I had somebody ask me, hey, are those bushings harsh? Are they noisy? And honestly, I can tell you they're not either. I've done a lot of bushings over the years. The ones I talked about that I absolutely hated, I ruined the car by changing it, was to the Prothane, and it was on my CRX. So imagine this road right here, this asphalt. You could feel this through the steering wheel. It was so bad. This you cannot. These are rubber bushings. They're just slightly stiffer than the factory. I think, I don't remember the durometer number, but based on what they told me, about 15 to 20% stiffer. And it's enough that you can feel it in the steering wheel, which is what we're looking for. I've used this reference before, and I'm going to kind of call it our benchmark, is the GT4. The GT4, if you get a chance, drive one of those cars. I'm not a Porsche guy. I did on that car for 2 years. I really enjoyed it. But that car, drive down the road, grab the steering wheel, and just give it some input, it felt absolutely phenomenal. There's no car I've ever driven like it. The Z06 I have is absolutely fantastic. I love that car more than I can tell you. There's still nothing like an S2000. So by bringing that feel, let me go around these cars right here. By bringing that feel to the S2000, that GT4 feel is what makes this car even more special. I can tell you as time goes on, this car still impresses me more and more. I drove one of these cars when it first came out in 1999, and back then we took it right to the dyno, everybody drove it, and I wasn't as impressed back then as I am now. Obviously, modern technology, better tuning solutions, better suspension options. This car has become better over the years, and it's also proven itself to be just absolutely fantastic. It's just one of the best engineered cars there is. So 37,000 miles, you would expect the bushings to be about as perfect as they could be, and they still had that dry rot look, and the compliance bushings were slightly split. But this is without an alignment. Just touch the steering wheel. Of course, the stabilizer on the camera is going to make it look a little bit less than it really is, but it's just an immediate feel from the input of the steering wheel, which is really what makes it special. Like I just said, it gives it that GT4 feel. It's not a GT4, but it's got that kind of feel from the input of the steering wheel, and that is what I think is the drive and excitement, is just feel. It's the feel, the sound, it's the feedback from the car. That's why we all find the perfect exhaust, the perfect looking wheels, the perfect suspension, the bushings. It ties everything together, just makes it a really special car, and it really is. That's one of the reasons I've kept my S2000 so long. There's not a car like it. Next step on our S2000 is going to be the new Science of Speed turbo kit. We did build our own, which was very similar to their kit, honestly. It just wasn't cost effective for us to build them. We're not a production shop, so that kit never went any further. We're looking for the same kind of idea, 400-ish to the wheels, nice fitment, no overheating issues, no turbo in the engine bay, no pipes all over the place, keeping it like OE simple, which is what we're looking for. This car is absolutely fantastic. The customer is going to love this. I recommend letting the car settle before you do an alignment. After all the bushings are changed, everything has to kind of settle. That way you're not paying for an alignment twice, because it will settle after 3 or 4 days, maybe a couple of 100 miles of driving. But even without an alignment, all we did was remove it, put it back in the same spot. This feel is what it's all about. You get it. If you drive one of these cars with the perfect alignment, with tight suspension, that is what really gives you the feedback, is what makes this car that go-kart type feel. It's cold today. It doesn't have a temperature gauge, but I think George said it was 57. As soon as the wind blows through the window, you definitely feel it. It definitely gets chilly. So the clutch is back in here. We're waiting for the slave. It should be delivered today. We've got this sitting here. We're just going to put a bucket under here so we can drain it. And it's actually a swivel here, and then the fitting actually clamps here. So when you're going to do one of these, you need a wrench on here and a line wrench here. That's why that's sitting here. Just had a customer drop off with a misfire. I'll show you that in a minute. We're going to make a dedicated video on that, because I want to kind of show you our findings, if it's something that can help you guys if you have a misfire. Kind of show you a breakdown of how we check it out and what it ends up being. This car is going to be on a complete separate episode. Does the adjustment feel correct?
Yeah, I haven't pulled the brakes out. Yeah, about middle of the road.
Okay, we'll get enough free play on the top.
Yeah.
All right, we can put this one down. We have to test drive this, verify everything is good. That one is fixed. That one is brought a coffee already, so that one isn't fixed, but the one around the corner is fixed too. So, all right, George is going to test that one, make sure everything is happy. Does it drive good?
Yeah.
Does it make you want to build one of these now?
Not necessarily. It's not my favorite generation.
You want the early one, don't you?
Yeah, first gen.
So there it is. We can call him, tell him this one is done. We might be building one of these in the future, not this generation, the first generation, 07, 08. Let us know in the comments if that's something you want to see us do. So no adjustment needed, this one's good?
That's good.
Okay, we'll call him, tell him it's done. Whenever he can get this, he's probably going to send a truck for it. I don't have an update on the damage of this car yet. Apparently the customer has been talking to the shipper and they are going to take care of it. The problem is, I think this hit the trailer, and that black is from the edging of the trailer. That trailer was really narrow. We helped get this off, and there was literally this much each side getting it off. It's the tightest trailer I think I've ever seen. I believe it was a motorcycle trailer, not really a car trailer. This has obviously been a repair in the past. It's got the double-sided tape. This was obviously just bumped and pulled off. This is the damage that they did. This may buff out. I don't know. I don't want to get involved in it because I think the shipper needs to see it and they need to get it taken care of. But worst case scenario, I think it's going to need a bumper. And obviously while they're painting the bumper, they can paint the lip and complete the front. Seth is actually coming to pick this up. Seth was in Arizona, so he wasn't available to get this car when it came, and we got a late start on this car, which sucks because I'm a time guy. It's like if I tell you the car will be done at 5 o'clock, the car is done at 3, and I'm looking at the clock, making sure I'm ahead of schedule. I have that type of personality. So when I said the car needs to be here at 9, we're all standing here ready to go at 9. So a little upset, but the fact that it got damaged was just, you know, made me feel bad. I didn't want that to happen. Anyway, we'll show you this car get picked up. Seth is going to be here this afternoon. It's going back to the owner, and now it's got new bushings, new wheel bearings. This car drives like a champ. All right, it's going back. Here's our friend Seth. So there's a reason why we use you, right?
Absolutely.
This guy takes his time. It's a whole lot better. We'll update you on what happened over here. Good news is Seth's here. That's all we need to know.